All right, so let's just settle into our meditation posture. And try and bring, as best you can, your mind to the same place your body is. So whether you have a little one that you've just put down or about to put down, or whether you've had a really busy day at work, or whether you have a little one and a busy day at work, whether you have grandchildren, whether you have farm animals, whatever is going on in your life right now, and just let it all go and bring your mind to where your body is. And right now you're sitting on your cushion, and let that be your home for the next half hour. So if you are sitting at a desk, have your feet flat on the floor, about a hip's width apart. Your sits bones are slightly raised. Shoulders are aligned with the hips. Imagine your spine is a string of pearls of light stretching from the base all the way up through the crown of the head and beyond. You can imagine perhaps somebody is above you, very gently lengthening your spine. Just stretching, lengthening. Your head is very slightly tipped forward, eyes are down, looking along the length of the nose. Tip of the tongue is on the roof of the mouth, and relax the jaw. And bring your mind to the crown of the head and relax the scalp, the forehead, the eyes, the nose, the cheeks, and the mouth. Bring your attention to the back of the head, to the scalp there. Relax that area. Just kind of notice how your face just keeps letting go when you release the scalp. Relax the ears and the inner ears, the temples, the jaw, and the back of the neck, the shoulders. And allow your shoulder blades to drop down. Relax the throat and the chest and the belly, limbs, hands, fingers, and feet and toes. And bring the mind to the breath. And just notice the sensation of the air as you're inhaling and exhaling. It's a little bit cooler as you're inhaling. Take a nice deep breath and just relax. And if there are any sounds in your environment, whether the heating system, which we have going here, your baby, your animals, people in your home, people outside, just allow those sounds to be there. Try not to have the mind wander off towards them. A little bit more difficult as a mother, but just allow your mind to relax. Bring it back to the breath. And just notice what's arising in the mind right now, and just know that it's all perfectly fine. However it is you're showing up tonight, it's all good. So try and observe your thoughts objectively. Try not to criticize them or judge them or have opinions. Just allow them to arise and to abide and to fall. So let's just bring to mind all the people of our life. So bring to mind people that you love to start with. These are people you have constructive relationships. They help you through difficult times. They sit with you when you're feeling unhappy. They hold your energy, take care of you. And then there's those people who you have a little bit of difficulty with, you try and stay away from them. And then there's those folk in your life who just you don't really even care about. You don't know. Maybe you see them once a week or in the bus or on the road somewhere as you're going to work or somewhere. But actually, even though we think differently about these friends, the loved ones, the enemies, the ones we dislike, and the strangers, they're all the same. They're living, they're breathing, they have problems, they have happiness, they have friends, they have loved ones. They're all equal in their wish to be happy, just like us, and their wish to be free from problems, just like us. And they all have this incredible capacity for this pure, enlightened mind. So I think we'll do this meditation this evening for the benefit of all these people of our life, and by extension, all sentient beings. So we start by thinking, remembering there is no negativity that can't be purified. There's nothing we've done that's so awful that we can't deal with it. And this process that we're engaging in this evening is basically a psychological one. So we create all these negative things with our mind. That's where it starts. So we're going to instead create some positive energy with our mind. So we start with the power of regret. So we sincerely regret from the depths of our hearts anything that we've done to harm any living being on this day, in this life, and in all past lives. And so you can think of specific actions of both your body and your speech. And then in general, you can just regret all. And the reason to regret is based on this logic of karma, cause and effect. So everything we experience is due to our past actions. So having harmed others, we're probably going to some point down the track experience some kind of suffering as a result. So it makes sense, therefore, to pull out these karmic seeds before they ripen as future suffering for us. So think like this. I regret from the depths of my heart, having harmed others with my body and my speech, having broken my vows, because I do not want the future suffering. I'm sick of suffering. And also regret any anger and attachment and the rest that are the cause of why we harm others. And think again, I'm sick of this suffering. And then think, what can I do about it? Whom can I turn to? So we turn to the Buddha, the doctor, who has the methods that we can use to purify. And it's not that we're needing the Buddha to forgive us. We purify ourselves by relying upon his methods. So we're not looking for a higher power to kind of grant us forgiveness. It's not like that. We do the work ourselves. So you can imagine Vajrasattva is upon the crown of your head, about an inch or two. And you can also imagine if you have a teacher, a Buddhist teacher, you can imagine he's manifesting in this form for your benefit. And he's made of this radiant, blissful white light. You're sitting cross-legged on a white lotus and a moon cushion, and this lotus, although born out of mud, is untainted by that mud. Just like our enlightened potential, born out of our delusions, but yet untainted by them. And he has this beautiful, radiant face. His eyes are long and peaceful, like lotus petals, and full of love and compassion for you and all those people of your life. He has a sweet red mouth. His hair is black and held up in a top knot. His arms are crossed at his heart, the left underneath the right. The left is holding a bell representing wisdom, and the right is holding a vajra, which represents the indestructibility of compassion, and their being crossed represents the union of these two, which symbolizes enlightenment itself, the development of infinite wisdom and infinite compassion. To the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha, I go for refuge until I'm enlightened. By this practice of meditating on Guru Vajrasattva, may I reach Buddhahood so as to benefit all sentient beings. So we think a little bit about compassion here. So in order to develop compassion, we need to rely upon other beings. So the very beings we have harmed and those who have harmed us. So bring to mind someone that you may have harmed recently, and just try and develop in your heart a sense of, just a wish for them, to be free from suffering. And then someone who's maybe harmed you, and perhaps a little bit more difficult to do this one. But because of the harm that they've caused you, they're going to suffer in the future. So you can have compassion for them because of that and make a strong aspiration to do this practice of purification for the benefit of all these beings. Think en masse purify for their sake. So here we come to the power of the remedy. This is the third of the 4 opponent powers. And this is the medicine we're taking, actually the medicine, doing this practice. And it includes recitation of mantra and visualization. So we start by purifying the body. And imagine Vajrasattva very compassionately sending powerful white nectar, almost like coming out of a hose very forcefully from his heart. And it arcs around and enters your crown and pours into your entire body, filling you completely. And it keeps pouring into you until it forces out of your lower orifices all the harm you have ever done to any living being with your body in the form of inky liquid. And this pours out of you and disappears into space, not one atom left, as we recite the mantra. Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dinapatita Dida Meboa Sutokaya Meboa Supokaya Meboa Anarakta Meboa Sawasiti Mimpi Yata Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva Aham Pe Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dinapatita Dida Meboa Sutokaya Meboa Supokaya Meboa Anarakta Meboa Sawasiti Mimpi Yata Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva Aham Pe Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dinapatita Dida Meboa Sutokaya Meboa Supokaya Meboa Anarakta Meboa Sawasiti Mimpi Yata Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva Aham Pe Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dinapatita Dida Meboa Sutokaya Meboa Supokaya Meboa Anarakta Meboa Sawasiti Mimpi Yata Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva Aham Pe Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dinapatita Dida Meboa Sutokaya Meboa Supokaya Meboa Anarakta Meboa Sawasiti Mimpi Yata Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva Aham Pe Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dinapatita Dida Meboa Sutokaya Meboa Supokaya Meboa Anarakta Meboa Sawasiti Mimpi Yata Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva Aham Pe Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dinapatita Dida Meboa Sutokaya Meboa Supokaya Meboa Anarakta Meboa Sawasiti Mimpi Yata Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutsa Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva Aham Pe. So be delighted that all the harm you've ever done to any sentient being with your body is now completely purified. And think there is no way you could do anything but benefit others now with your body. And so next is purification of speech. And again, Vajrasattva very happily sends powerful nectar from his heart chakra. And it arcs around and quite forcefully enters your crown and fills your entire body. Except this time forcing up to the top of the body all the negativity of your speech, which overflows and disappears into space. So you can imagine all the gossip, harsh speech, useless speech, lying, and that includes just not quite telling the truth. It's also, we have many ways in which we don't quite tell the truth, and talking badly about others behind their backs. And all this is purified by this powerful nectar filling you as you recite the mantra. Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dinapatita Dida Meboa Sutokaya Meboa Supokaya Meboa Anarakta Meboa Sawasidi Mimpi Yatsasawa Kamasita Me Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha Ho Bhagawan Sawa Tatagata Vajramami Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva Aham Pe Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dinapatita Dida Meboa Sutokaya Meboa Supokaya Meboa Anarakta Meboa Sawasidi Mimpi Yatsasawa Kamasita Me Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha Ho Bhagawan Sawa Tatagata Vajramami Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva Aham Pe Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dinapatita Dida Meboa Sutokaya Meboa Supokaya Meboa Anurakta Meboa Sawasidi Mimpi Yatsasawa Kamasita Me Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha Ho Bhagawan Sawa Tatagata Vajramami Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva Aham Pe Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dinapatita Dida Meboa Sutokaya Meboa Supokaya Meboa Anurakta Meboa Sawasidi Mimpi Yatsasawa Kamasita Me Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha Ho Bhagawan Sawa Tatagata Vajramami Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva Aham Pe Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dinapatita Dida Meboa Sutokaya Meboa Supokaya Meboa Anurakta Meboa Sawasidi Mimpi Yatsasawa Kamasita Me Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha Ho Bhagawan Sawa Tatagata Vajramami Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva Aham Pe Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dinapatita Dida Meboa Sutokaya Meboa Supokaya Meboa Anurakta Meboa Sawasidi Mimpi Yatsasawa Kamasita Me Sitam Shriyam Guruhum Ha Ho Bhagawan Sawa Tatagata Vajramami Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva Aham Pe Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dinapatita Dida Meboa Sutokaya Meboa Supokaya Meboa Anurakta Meboa Sawasidi Mimpi Yatsasawa Kamasita Me Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha Ho Bhagawan Sawa Tatagata Vajramami Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva Aham Pe. So again, feel so happy that your speech is now completely purified. And imagine it's not possible to do anything other than benefit others now with your speech. And so the next is the purification of mind. And Vajrasattva now very compassionately sends powerful beams of light from his heart chakra. And this arcs around and enters your crown and fills your entire being. So it's just the same as when you walk into a pitch black room and you switch on a light. The darkness in the room is instantly dispelled by that light. So it's the same here. The moment the light from Vajrasattva's heart touches your heart chakra, all the darkness of the negativity of your mind, so all the attachment and neediness and anger, depression, resentment, jealousy, bitterness, and grudges, all instantly dispelled. Not one atom left as you recite the mantra. Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dinapatita Dida Meboa Sutokaya Meboa Supokaya Meboa Anurakta Meboa Sawasidi Mimpi Yatsasawa Kamasita Me Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha Ho Bhagawan Sawa Tatagata Vajramami Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva Aham Pe Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dinapatita Dida Meboa Sutokaya Meboa Supokaya Meboa Anurakta Meboa Sawasidi Mimpi Yatsasawa Kamasita Me Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha Ho Bhagawan Sawa Tatagata Vajramami Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva Aham Pe Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dinapatita Dida Meboa Sutokaya Meboa Supokaya Meboa Anurakta Meboa Sawasidi Mimpi Yatsasawa Kamasita Me Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha Ho Bhagawan Sawa Tatagata Vajramami Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva Aham Pe Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dinapatita Dida Meboa Sutokaya Meboa Supokaya Meboa Anurakta Meboa Sawasidi Mimpi Yatsasawa Kamasita Me Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha Ho Bhagawan Sawa Tatagata Vajramami Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva Aham Pe Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dinapatita Dida Mibawa, Sutokaya Mibawa, Supokaya Mibawa, Anarakta Mibawa, Sawasidi Mimpi Yatsa Sawa Kama Sita Me, Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum, Ha Ho Bhagawan, Sawa Tata Gata Vajramami Mutta Vajrabawa, Mahasamaya Sattva Aham Pe, Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya, Vajrasattva Dina Patita, Dida Mibawa, Sutokaya Mibawa, Supokaya Mibawa, Anarakta Mibawa, Sawasidi Mimpi Yatsa Sawa Kama Sita Me, Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha Ho Bhagawan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Satra Aham Pe Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Dida Mibawa Sutokaya Mibawa Supokaya Mibawa Anarakta Mibawa Sawasidi Mimpi Yatsa Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha Ho Bhagawan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Satra Aham Pe. So be delighted that all your delusions, which are the source of all of our own suffering and the cause of why we harm others with our body and our speech, are totally purified, gone. And think there is no space in your heart now for anything other than love and kindness, forgiveness and wisdom and bliss and compassion. So next is the purification of the imprints of negativity of the body, speech, and mind. And this time you can imagine that Vajrasattva sends light and nectar. And if you wish a couple of mantras for each of those visualizations of the body, speech, and mind we've just done, just imagine, or this light and nectar fills you completely and eradicates even the subtlest imprints of negative energy from your mind as you recite the mantra. Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Dida Mibawa Sutokaya Mibawa Supokaya Mibawa Anarakta Mibawa Sawasidi Mimpi Yatsa Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha Ho Bhagawan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Satra Aham Pe Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Dida Mibawa Sutokaya Mibawa Supokaya Mibawa Anarakta Mibawa Sawasidi Mimpi Yatsa Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha Ho Bhagawan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Satra Aham Pe Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Dida Mibawa Sutokaya Mibawa Supokaya Mibawa Anarakta Mibawa Sawasidi Mimpi Yatsa Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha Ho Bhagawan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Satra Aham Pe Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Dida Mibawa Sutokaya Mibawa Supokaya Mibawa Anarakta Mibawa Sawasidi Mimpi Yatsa Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha Ho Bhagawan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Satra Aham Pe Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Dida Mibawa Sutokaya Mibawa Supokaya Mibawa Anarakta Mibawa Sawasidi Mimpi Yatsa Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha Ho Bhagawan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Satra Aham Pe Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Dida Mibawa Sutokaya Mibawa Supokaya Mibawa Anarakta Mibawa Sawasidi Mimpi Yatsa Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha Ho Bhagawan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Satra Aham Pe Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Dida Mibawa Sutokaya Mibawa Supokaya Mibawa Anarakta Mibawa Sawasidi Mimpi Yatsa Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Kuruhum Ha Ho Bhagawan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Satra Aham Pe. So now feel that you are completely purified. Not one atom of negativity left in your mind stream. Even the subtlest obscurations to omniscience have been removed. So next is the power of resolve and the fourth step in the purification process, and a really crucial one. And this is the determination not to harm with our body, speech, and mind again. And without this, we're going to keep doing the same old things, following the same old patterns. So this determination, this aspiration to not harm again is like a beacon that guides our body and our speech and our mind in positive directions, new directions. So again, whatever it is you're working on right now, bring it to mind. Congratulate yourself on the progress that you're making. And think, maybe, can I challenge myself a little bit more? Maybe can I extend that 60 seconds to an hour? Keep making the timeline reasonable for yourself, whatever you can do. And this determination to not do again, or to refrain from doing for the time being, is what gives us the strength to change. And Vajrasattva is delighted with us and wanting to merge with your mind, melts into white light and absorbs into you through your crown. And think, my Guru's body, speech, and mind, and Vajrasattva's body, speech, and mind, and my own body, speech, and mind are the same thing. And LAMA YESHE calls this union oneness. So next, Rinpoche recommends to meditate on the emptiness of 3 circles. In emptiness, there is no I, the creator of negative karma. There is no action of creating negative karma. And there is no negative karma created. So at whatever level you understand emptiness, place your mind there for a little while. So we can think of all phenomena as being empty. They do not exist from their own side. You can also think that perhaps the way things are appearing to me may not necessarily be the way they actually exist. So let's just dedicate all the merit, all the positive energy you've created doing this purification to all living beings, and think, may all the virtuous karma I've created from doing this practice ripen as my enlightenment for the sake of sentient beings as quickly as possible. So for His Holiness the Dalai Lama, the wish-granting, wish-fulfilling jewel, source of every single benefit and happiness in this world, to the incomparably kind Tenzin Gyatso I beseech, may all your holy wishes be spontaneously fulfilled. And for Lama Zopa Rinpoche, O Tub Shul Chang Jin Jam Gon Galloway, Tenzin Kyong Pelway, Kunza Dog Porze. Excuse me. Chog Sung Kurwe Legmon to Drew. Dag Sog Duje Gondu Jaten Shog. The Lama Ursel Venerable One, to use kindness succeeds out of all the conquerors, for those wanderers in far off places, especially the West, mindful of your loving concern for us and intentionally descending again into a family of a far distant land, we make this request. O Lama, please live long, and for Geshe Share, beloved teacher, leading your students toward wisdom and compassion, explaining through exacting discernment the steps of the graduated path. You are the unequal guide. Please live a long and stable life. Okay, everybody. Lots of love. Good night. We lost our new person. I thought it might be too much. Anyway, do take care, everybody. Sweet dreams. Sleep well. And I guess it's Venerable Robina tomorrow morning, right? No?
I think so. Yeah.
I think
Thursday.
it is Venerable
Thursday
Robina.
morning.
It's on
Thursday.
Thursday, I believe.
Oh, she's Thursday, is she?
Oh, Thursday. Yeah.
Shayla's leading us tomorrow morning.
Who's that?
Shayla.
Shayla, you well done, girl. Fantastic. Okay. Lots of love, everybody. And I will see you.
Thank you,
tomorrow night.
Venerable.
Okay, bye.